Chapter 16. Finally. Cat smiles, dropping to her knees. Her lungs heave hard in her chest as she gasps desperately for air. She's reached the base of the ridge, the designated extract point, and falling forward onto all fours, her hands fist at the cool sand beneath her. Every ounce of her strength has been sapped from her body, and she's so exhausted she can't even raise her head to look up. Digby's groaning in pain as she drops him to the ground, releasing her grip. Sends him crashing back in an undignified thud to the rocky soil next to her. Cursing loudly, she gasps from the back of her hoarse dry throat. Hell you. No, I can't believe we made it. She smiles and continues in her battle for oxygen. Rolling over, she falls backward into the sand and wipes the hot beating sweat from her brow. Her ribs ache and she's in so much pain, most of the discomfort concentrated in her shoulders. The cool chill of evening air is a welcome relief from the sun-baked heat of earlier, and as she lay spread eagle on the ground, her eyes wide, she smiles. Then turning her head, she looks at Digby. His grin's filling his face. He drops his kit from his back and slumps down in the sand next to her. Sitting up, he takes a long gulping drink of water from his reserve flask and then offers Cat some. She readily accepts, hers having run out a while back, and after the initial mouthful to quench her thirst, she pours the rest over her hot sweaty face to cool down. After a few moments of lying back, catching her breath and enjoying the peace, she sighs. Looking up, she can now see the others peering over the top of the low ridge, watching them on the ground. Digby stands up and faces them, and straightaway he encounters Darius' stony face staring back sternly. He's seething with annoyance at their unforeseen return. So what, you're just gonna fucking sit there? He grunts belligerently. Oh, now he really is just being an asshole. He knows damn well I can't get you up there by myself. Hell, I'd pay money to see him try. Unless he really is inhuman? Actually, you know what, don't answer that, he's probably some goddamn robot. She laughs. You know, you might not be far off in your thinking there. Digby smiles. Well, she says and drops her head back against the sand. You know what? Fuck him. Eventually, she sits up, and her mood is more deflated, her hands dropping between her bent knees, and she shakes her head. He's just not gonna let up, is he? She frowns, despondent, knowing Darius is probably about to snatch all her hard work away, making the whole day pointless just because he can. Digby stretches his hand upwards, gesturing to the team for help in watching, as Darius stares and then walks away. Hey, what the fuck? What the hell are you playing at, man? Just help us up. Darius doesn't answer, and Bud and Ozzy turn around, questioning Darius once again. What, so we're not gonna help them? Ozzy asks. Oh, come on, man, really? No. This is too much now. He's right. Zach turns his attention to their sulking team leader. Darius. Man, don't do this. He can hear the gravelly hiss of annoyance coming from Darius' chest, but Zach ignores him. Oh, fuck you. Digby, man, get her up. He then offers his hand, beckoning them both towards him and locking his grip around Digby's wrist. He pulls him up over the top of the ridge, and Ozzy drops the near vertical climb to help Cat. She releases her kit from her shoulders, Ozzy grabbing it and throwing the heavy canvas bag up to Cutie, still stood at the top of the ridge. Cat, come on. Get up. He smiles. Hey, you did great. You made it. She nods. But, beyond tired and more exhausted than she can even imagine, she struggles to reach for Oz's helping hand. And as they get ready to pull her up, she stumbles on the loose rocks at the bottom. She's about to fall when Bud just in time catches a grab on the straps of her body armor, stopping her and keeping her upright. Then in one swift lifting movement, Bud and Zach pull her up over the lip of the ridge to join them. Zach and Digby mark the end of the Herculean achievement with a high five and an embracing brotherly hug. You know, she just cost me 50 fucking bucks, Zach says. I didn't give her a chance in hell of being able to do that. What, she got some kind of Supergirl thing going on under the uniform? He grins. Yeah, you could say something like that. Digby laughs. Cat smiles, elated by her accomplishment as it finally sinks in and it counters some of the mind-aching tiredness her body feels, refreshing her energy reserves and giving her just enough strength to stay on her feet. Cutie hands her a fresh bottle of water. Drink, he says, smiling. She nods, taking long gulps of the not-so-cool liquid. Thanks. Oh hell. She rubs at her shoulders. They ache so much every muscle worked to its core and the soreness is unreal. She mentally notes that her body will pay for this in the coming days. Cooling down brings more problems as her leg muscles start twinging with cramps and shaking uncontrollably. Dehydration and lack of food are the main culprits, she reminds herself. She's definitely looking forward to something to eat and a good night's sleep. Now exhausted and unable to stand, she slumps to the ground, her head resting between her knees as the 5 large figures surround her. See, I knew you'd do it. Digby can't help but grin. He's so proud of her. Then as his stomach growls, he looks around, sniffing. So where the hell's the dinner then, bud? My stomach thinks I forgot about it. Oh, yeah, about that. Look, we got a slight problem, he stutters. Problem? What do you mean? What fucking problem? Bud, where the hell's the dinner? Yeah, well, you need to come see. He leads Digby to where he's finished clearing away everything except the one metal dish filled with food, dried chicken pasta ration reheated. Wait, that's all there is? He sneers at the measly portion. What the hell is this about? And where's the rest of it? And some for Cat. Bud shrugs. He can already feel the simmering rage in Digby brewing, his blue eyes fierce with questions. Bud, is this a fucking joke, man? 'Cause if it is, well, it's not funny. Now where's the damn food? Well, that's it. That's all there is. Yeah, Darius interrupts. And you're damn lucky, Bud's soft, 'cause if it were left to me you wouldn't get any. But then I got overruled. What? This is a joke, right? You expect us to go without food? How the hell? Do you think that's even close to being funny? Digby steps forward with a dish in his hand, confronting Darius close up. Whoa, you need to be careful, I mean you don't want to spill any of that, he says, grinning. Dinner was over an hour ago, not my fault you didn't make it back. Still, at least Bud kept you the leftovers, so that's something, right? Come on, Digby, don't look at me like that, you know the rules. If you're not here when we eat, you don't eat. You know I should. You should what? You should watch yourself is what. You need to get back in line. Whoa man, you're seriously pushing me here. This shit is going too far. Maybe, but that's just the way it is. I'm in charge and you need to remember that. And well, it's time for you to shape up. No, you're just pissed 'cause she did it, because she proved you wrong. You were wrong about her not being able to hold her own in this team. He smirks. Darius, I've known you for too many years and I know exactly how you think. So just for once in your damn life, swallow your fucking pride. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think she could do it. I thought she'd quit for sure. And yeah, that was impressive. She showed some grit and determination, but she's going to need a lot more, and still doesn't change the situation with dinner, does it? He grins. Now it's for you to decide which of you eats. There's the dilemma, he says, laughing smarmy and annoying. Do you care enough to give it to her, or is it the usual Digby comes first? Mean if this were any other guy, you'd eat it without a thought, which proves one thing to me, she's messing with your fucking head. I can see it in you. Need to snap the hell out of it. No, what I need is for you to stay out of my head. You got no damn right to be in there. Who the hell do you think you are to judge me? Digby snarls, the churning growl of anger building in his chest. All right. Stop it. Bud steps between them to break the tension. Just, calm the hell down. Kat's not able to hear the actual conversation, but she gets up with considerable effort and frowns, concerned. Hey, so what's going on? Nothing. Digby sighs, shooting one final glaring glance at Darius. Bud, get me another of these trays. Bud hesitates, then out of the kit, he produces another identical metal tray, into which Digby then separates the food into 2 almost equal small portions. The cold glop of pasta is so unappetizing he's almost glad there's not much, but at the same time his stomach does a gurgling somersault. Desperate with hunger, he then hands one tray to Kat. Eat. Starving hungry, she frowns, looking at the tiny portion. This food, she can tell, the cause of the friction between the 2 competing males. What the hell's going on? Nothing. I told you, now just eat. With no energy to argue, she sighs, taking away what's been offered, figuring any sustenance is better than none, as she drops with a weary sigh, sitting next to Cutie, warming themselves from the chill of the desert night by the fire the guys lit earlier. Cutie smiles, watching her. I knew you would do it. You did? Well then you knew more than me, 'cause I sure as hell didn't think I would. She sighs, placing her hand gently on his arm, thanking him. Digby finishes his food in just 2 gulps, licking the tin. His stomach is so angry with him. Then, reaching to his vest pocket, he produces a battered candy bar and devours it even quicker than the spoonful of sticky pasta. His attention now settles on Kat, still chatting quietly with QT. Her hair is loose from the bun on her head, framing her face with blonde curls. She looks utterly exhausted, but there's also a mellow glow of elation, and her green eyes glint with gold from the reflected firelight. He sighs and turns around, taking a breath as he stares at Darius. All right, let's get this done. Let's make it official. What? You want to vote right now? You don't want to sleep on it and maybe think it over? Darius frowns. No, there's no point waitin', Digby smirks. The fact Darius has been proved so wrong makes even the hunger worthwhile. You know she's gettin' on this team whether you like it or not. Sure, if you say so, but votes aren't in yet. Darius' expression holds firm as he and Digby focus on each other. What the hell does that mean? Whose head have you been trying to turn? Digby looks over his shoulder at the other guys. They're watching, keeping a reluctant eye on the tension between their 2 most senior. They know from bitter experience how this can all boil over much quicker than anyone expects. Digby's eyes meet with Zach's, and a small seed of doubt enters his head. Will his best friend, his teammate, his brother now turn on him and prevent her from making the team? Darius can see those thoughts like a bubble over his head. You sure no one's got any doubts about her? He sniffs cockily. Digby, look, I'ma skin you. This for your own good. You think you got a handle on this, working side by side with her. But what about putting her in danger? You got a grip on all that. I got this all right. I'm not some starstruck, lovesick mutt. It is what it is. It's just sex, that's all. He takes a breath. While he knows it's a lie, that what's between him and Kat is more than just sex. It's a mantra he's trying to indoctrinate in his mind. But yeah, I can handle it. Darius steps forward, his eyes reading Digby. He's never seen him express himself so thoughtfully. What the hell has she got over you? I told you. Nothing. Digby averts his gaze and looks over his shoulder. All right, mongrels, get up. Let's do this. Kat looks behind her, watching them, and her tired eyes widen. Her heart's beating so hard as she nervously looks at each one of them. Then she takes a deep breath as she stands up. Could I just say something before you do this? Oh God, you're starting to sound like a Butta now. Zach laughs, jesting. Bud shoots him a menacing glance. For your information, I don't do that, Bud says. Like yeah you do, like always. Zach mocks. It's kinda your thing, brah. And it's so freaking annoying. Alright Zach, enough. Digby draws a halt to his bullying tease. Let her finish. Look, Kat continues. Digby tells me you have to vote about my place on the team. Well, I just want you to know that no matter what, you should vote with your conscience. Do what you think is right, but also just so you know, I've never wanted anything more in my life than to be part of a team like this. It's my career ambition. And I know the situation with me and Ryan, what's gone on, has made things awkward. She stutters, embarrassed. And I'm sorry, it should never have happened. But I promise I will do everything with the skills I have to keep you all safe, and I'll do whatever this team asks of me. Oh, that's great. Bud interrupts, smiling. So that means you're on dishwashing duty from now on. He laughs. Yeah, well, it would be my honor to do dishes if it means I make the team. She smiles. Oh geez. Will you please just shut the hell up? This is not some damn award ceremony. Darius yawns. Just get the fuck on with it. Some of us want to get some rest tonight. Okay, he's right. Digby nods. Let's do it. Leaving Kat where she is, alone with Darius, they huddle together, forming a small tight circle, talking in hushed whispers out of earshot. All right then, I guess I'll go first, but you know my vote, Digby says, glancing up and catching Kat's gaze. Yes. Zach sniffs loudly. Us goes next. Yeah, sure. Hell, I'm more than happy to have her on this team, yes from me. Okay, cutie, you're up. I like her. SOII. Oh, get the hell on with it. Cutie, it's yes or no, straight answer. Zach groans. Frustrated. Yes. IIWW will. Okay, we get it. He growls, angrily subduing Cutie into silence. Cutie's rank is the lowest on the team, and although he's one of the most highly skilled and Intelligent, he also accepts his place in the pack. Bud coughs, it's his turn and he takes a breath, nervous and conscious of Zach watching him. He looks up, turning his head to look at Kat sipping water, filling her stomach, trying to stave off her hunger. Well, hell yeah. That means we'll be back operational. I'm done with sitting around doing nothing all day, so that's a yes from me. All right. Digby smiles. Zach, looks like you've got the castin' vote. So, what's it to be? Are you gonna let me down here? Let you down? He frowns. Digby, when have I ever let you down? I didn't mean it like that. I just meant. Yeah, I know what you meant. But whatever I do, it's because I care about. You put you first. That's my place, my reason for being. Since we were kids. You know that. He looks around, taking a breath, keeping his cool as he stares at Kat. She glances back at him. You know, I can't deny she's a good-looking woman, and I'll bet she's great in the sack. What the hell? Zach, why would you even say that? Digby frowns. What the hell's going on with you? I'm not a skin if you want to sleep with her. Do you want her on the team or not? Look, are you sure she's up to this? I mean, you don't have any doubts? 'Cause if you do, then you need to tell us. There's nothing about her that you think we should know. No. What I mean is, no, I don't have any doubts. I know she can do this and she's perfect for this team. See, it's when you say shit like that, I goddamn it. Zach wipes his hand across his face. I gotta be honest with you, man, I'm torn. You're different with her around, and I don't know what the hell's making you that way, but whatever it is, it worries me. I'm not sure it's such a good thing. But, he sighs, the weight of the decision heavy on his mind. But as always, I've got your six. So if you're telling me she deserves a place and it's what you want, and not just 'cause you're screwing her. Zach, come on, man, you know me better than that. If she wasn't right, then no matter how hot she is in the bedroom. And trust me, she is fucking hot, he says, grinning. If I didn't think she could cut it, then I'd say so. He and Zach stare at each other, nodding knowingly. I would never risk this. Team or my brothers. I wouldn't, you know that. All right then. Then I'll take your word, and it's a yes from me too. Digby breathes out a huge sigh of relief, a smile breaking across his face. Thanks, man. She won't let you down. She'd better not, 'cause just so you know, if she does, then that'd be like you letting me down. Yeah, I know. Digby smiles, thanking Zach for giving him his trust, knowing he wouldn't ever let him down. Then he takes another deep breath and, pulling the 7-inch K-bar blade from its sheath around his leg, he carefully studies it. Now it's down to her. How much she wants this. Whether after everything she'll trust D. Hell, you think she's gonna let him do it? Asks Zach. You know, Zach, I have no idea. Again he looks at the knife, turning it over in his palm. He swallows nervously as he and Darius exchange looks. Finally, Digby hands him the sharp blade. All right then. Team's unanimous. So, Chapter 17. Kat stands up from her seat by the fire. So, did they all agree? Yeah. Digby nods, smiling. Yeah, they agreed. Oh my god. She hardly dares breathe, and her expression changes from exhausted tiredness to relived excitement. She almost wants to faint at the delighted elation, though that may be partly hunger. I made it. I made the team. Oh my god. Feel sick. Shit. I really did it. Despite all her aches and pains, she can't help but grab Digby. She wraps her arms around his neck. So badly she wants to kiss him, kiss all of them, but she doesn't. She can't contain how happy she feels. Then something changes. Digby is less receptive to her mood than she thought he'd be. He's controlled in his excitement, and it quickly dampens her spirit. It's a quiet, subdued Digby that untangles her arms from around his neck as Darius steps forward towards her. As always, he's cool and calm, expressionless, and now holding the blade obvious in his hand, he growls. So, are we doing this? Digby nods, and Kat grows even more concerned. Wait, are we doing what? Kat glances between them, looking for some explanation. Ryan, I said doing what? A nervous dread fills her as the pair exchange glances. She's worried, and the tension feels like a huge cloud heavy in the air. Kat, it's down to you now, but you have to trust him, okay? Digby nods as Darius concentrates his stare on her. Wait, what the hell's going on here? You want to make this team? Darius asks seriously. Well then, now's your chance. This is it, the final test. But it's the most important because you're going to have to trust me, completely. She stares at him apprehensively and the dark tone of his voices turns her blood cold in her veins. Even inside, Luna is slightly afraid and the look on Digby's face offers her no reassurance. Alright, so do you want to explain? What's going on? I thought you said I made the team already, so what the hell is this about? She looks at the knife and then back at Darius. Her stomach somersaults and a knot fills her throat in a tightening, choking grip. Cat, it's what he said, it's about trust. About trusting each other. Now you need to do that. Can you trust him? Yeah, sure I can. But I don't understand. What's with the knife? It's something we do. They've all done it. It makes a bond and it can't be broken. But it'll help keep you safe. I'm sorry I can't tell more. But do you understand? No. No, I don't understand. But please know I trust you, I do really. She turns to Darius. I can trust you too, you just have to believe that. Darius looks at the others, all silent, heads down, not making any eye contact. Hit the racks, boys. Hell'll be here to exfil at 0500. Immediately Zack leads them away, back to their temporary beds on the ground. Uz looks back, smiling at Kat. It'll be okay, he whispers. She sighs, taking a deep breath. The lines on her forehead wrinkle as Darius steps in front of her and Digby positions himself behind, stopping her from moving away. So, Lieutenant Morgan, it's just you and me now. He looks at her as she turns away from his gaze. I need you to show me how much you want to be in this team. How much you trust me and what I ask you do. Believe me, I do trust you. Then prove it. Show me you mean it. Okay. What do you want me to do? Take your clothes off. The words slam against her chest, taking the air from her lungs in shocked surprise. That really wasn't what she was expecting him to say, and for a long, silent moment she just stares at him. What? She laughs. Are you serious? Is this a joke? Okay, I get it. She sighs, they're teasing. But then she notices the calm, unmoving look on their faces. They're not. Darius' face is deadly serious and Digby the same. What? Are you actually serious?
No.
No, I'm not taking my damn clothes off. She turns around.
Ryan Smon, seriously?
You want me to take my clothes off for him? This is a prank, right? Turning back, she questions Darius. What, you really want to see me naked? That'll get you off, will it? Because, I'm thinking Command might have something to say about this. Oh, but I get it, more macho I'm in charge bullshit? Well, I've had enough of that. This week. You're all the fucking same. I'll bet you didn't ask any of them. She points to the rest of the team. To get naked?
No.
No, fuck you. I'm done with this. I did everything you asked of me. I can't believe you're actually serious. I told you she's not up for it. Darius sighs. No, just wait. Cat, come here. Digby beckons her over, placing his hands on her shoulders. Please. This won't work if you don't do it. He hushes his voice. Cat, you have to trust him when you're at your most vulnerable. And also, I don't know how you're gonna react to this, so I'll just say it. Aside from Darius' reasons, there's one other thing to consider. I mean, you don't wanna, shift fully clothed. He smiles, stroking the side of her face. What? Why the hell would I do that? I don't. And I'm certainly not doing that in front of him. Wait, did you tell him? She frowns.
No.
No, I've not said anything, not yet. But you trust me, you trusted me the other day. So then trust me now and do this. Her forehead furrows as she tries to work out if this just an elaborate joke. Ruse to test her, to see if she can take the banter and fit in? But then, why should she if this is just some misogynistic stunt? Then again, does she really want to risk her place on the team over the sake of a few clothes? They're gonna see me naked at some point, may as well just get it over with, right? She sighs. I can't believe after everything between us you really want me to go along with his bullshit? That you want him to see me naked? Believe me, I don't. And this is killing me as much as it is you, but it has to be done. Ha, she laughs. Has to be done? No, this is bullshit is what it is. Can't believe I'm even considering doing it. I should report both. Your ass is what I should do. So what is this, like a fetish that gets the pair of you off? Like the idea of a threesome? Oh God, I don't want to know. She rubs her hand over the face and thinks. Okay. Alright, I'll do it. You 2 wanna perv over me that bad, then fine. Cat, they all did it. The rest of the guys, they all did it. This is about making a connection, nothing else. Wait, you want me bonded to him? But what about us? I thought. No, it's not the same thing, and believe me, this is not about sex. She swallows nervously, watching him for a reaction, but his face gives her nothing. After all I've done, you still want me to play your frat boy game. She takes a breath, biting her lip. All right. Okay. Her heart's beating hard as she thinks about calling their bluff. No way will Digby let her take all her clothes off in front of the guys. Hell, he wouldn't even let her run around the block in shorts the other day. Fuck it. Okay, you want to get your rocks off that bad, then okay, do it. But I hope you enjoy it, because trust me, Ryan, this will be the very last time you see my body naked. Cat, please, you can't be serious? He frowns. Look, it's not really this. Is killing me, but... He stammers, trying to convince her. All right. Now she's almost curious to see what he'll do. Will he stop her? Well, you've seen my tits and ass before, so who cares? Okay, I'll do this. I'll play your stupid little boy's game. She unclips her body armor, dropping it to the ground, and then slowly unfastens her shirt, one button at a time, wondering with each one if it will be the point that Digby stops her. He doesn't. Soon she's just in her black sports bra and khaki pants, and she quickly drops them and steps out. Now, still waiting for him to stop her, she grabs at the hem of her bra top, about to pull it over her head and expose her breasts. All right, stop. It's Darius who now speaks. That'll do. Enough. He takes a breath, almost embarrassed, as his eyes focus on her. If he were honest, he's desperate to see what's under that bra, but as much as he studies her, seeing her stood in just her underwear, he feels uncomfortable, not helped by the chesty growls of displeasure Digby keeps making. It's fine. We'll do it. Like this. Digby nods. Pleased, he stops with his frantic pacing. He really wasn't liking that at all. Darius takes a firm hold of her hand in his and flattens her fingers out of the tense, screwed-up fist she's made. She pulls frantically, trying to loosen her hand from his grip as the reality of what he's about to do sinks in. No, wait. What, you can't be serious. She frowns, tugging her hand only for him to hold her tighter. Wait, you can't do this. You can't cut my hand. What the fuck? Seriously, you can't do this. Trust me, I'm not going to hurt you, Darius says. What? Seriously? You want me to trust you to cut my hand with that knife? Are you mad? If you hadn't noticed, I'm a medic, a surgeon. For God's sake, you cut it wrong, and with that knife it's likely, then that's the end of my career. No, that's it, I'm not playing this game. No wonder you can't keep a fucking medic. Taking my clothes off is one thing. In these times you really should reconsider even that. I'd let that shit go as a prank, locker room banter. But this, no. Don't you see, this has serious consequences? I'm not doing it. Her head drops. She's so angry, so tired, and so frustrated. After every obstacle, it comes down to one thing she won't do. Digby, leave us. Don't bother. You're not going to talk me into this. So forget it. Sitting himself beside the fire, Digby's frustrated and rubbing his hands over his head, he sighs. Zach rouses and gets up from his temporary bed to join him. She's not gonna go for it to. No, I don't think she will. Zach, I thought she trusted me after what happened between us. I thought my word was enough. Tough call, right? For her, I mean. But not when you did it. You just did it. Did what I asked. You didn't question it, and you didn't hesitate. So why is she? Zach laughs. What, you can't see why? Diggs, she's a fighter. She can't be controlled like that. Well, maybe she can, but not as easily as the rest of us. That's what makes me wonder where she fits in this pack. Is there room for another alpha? They study each other for a moment. The stepbrothers know each other so well. And Digby sighs, turning to face him. You know, don't you? I mean, you know what she is. Know what? He smiles. I don't know anything, not for sure. But I'm not stupid, and I can take a good guess. You know, I thought something like this. That I'd be able to tell 100%. But other than the way you were so taken with her, I didn't sense anything. The thing that threw me is her scent. I mean, she smells of nothing. Why is that? He sighs, staring into the flames of the fire, thinking, holy shit, so she really is a, wow, you know, I never thought I'd get to see one this close. And in a pack with me. Fuck. Digby smiles. Zach, she's fucking beautiful. I mean, she is so amazing. You can't even imagine it, and she's so fucking big and strong. I mean really strong. Well, I can imagine a lot. Zach leans back on his elbows in the glow of the fire's warmth, thinking about the images he has in his head. Well then you better hope he can talk her around. Do you want to be on this team or not? What kind of dumbass question is that? She frowns, staring her bright green eyes focusing on his violet pupils. Trust me then. Look, it's not in my best interests or the team's for me to incapacitate my medic, right? She frowns, wondering if that might be a smile of sorts. Oh no shit, Sherlock. But you're still not going to talk me around. She picks up her clothes. So I'm right, you can't trust me? He stares long and hard, curious about her. His purple eyes flicker like flames and she looks at him. In the dark, with the black backdrop of desert behind him and only the glow of the firelight making him visible, she can't help but admit that he looks amazing, dark and somewhat dangerous, but she's not afraid and she steps forward closer, staring him in the face. You can really do this without hurting me? I didn't say it won't hurt. What I said is it won't mess up your hand. That you have my word on. Now he makes her curious, the intense look he gives. Really? She asks. Really? She frowns, his voice has a tone to it. Before it always just sounded moody and pissed off, but right now it has a calming lullaby tone that carries in the air. She wonders if it's just the exhaustion from the day, the tiredness clouding her head. But rather than annoy her like he normally does now, his presence makes her tingle, his glare relaxes her. He's almost hypnotic. Then he does something that takes her by surprise. He places his fingers against the mark on her neck, Digby's bite mark, and she flinches, taking a step back. His fingers feel ice cold against her warm skin as he slides them upwards, finding the pressure point in her neck, gently holding his middle fingers against her pulse. So calm and yet so feisty. How do you manage that? She pulls away sharply as her eyes gravitate to her palm, then back to him. He makes her nervous, but now she wants to trust him, wants to give him what he asks. You promise my hand will be okay? That I'll still be able to use it? No one else ever had a problem. You did this to all of them? She frowns. I mean, no one has any marks, they must heal well. He steps in closer to her, and her skin bristles with the closeness as he grunts under his breath. They heal well, but that doesn't make them invincible. Let me do this. I want to do this to you. What I mean is I want you fully committed to this team. She contemplates for a moment, then takes a breath, looking behind her at Digby and Zach. They have their backs to her. Now, thinking carefully, she looks upward at him towering over her and stares him in the eyes, then nods. Okay, but remember, I'm staking my whole career on you. If that's not trusting you, then I don't know what is. Well, for what it's worth, I'm risking my whole team with you. Kind of makes us even, don't you think? She smiles and then slowly and nervously she holds her hand out towards him, and he tightens his grip around it. Then he puts his mouth against her ear and whispers, close your eyes, and no matter what I do, keep them closed.